Indeed. Sarah, you might start by telling us, I suppose, how you got into golf in the first place.
Well, I was always kind of like a daddy's girl when I was younger, and my dad always used to go play golf. So I used to always just go out practicing with him, or and just kind of going on the range, hitting a few golf balls. And then I actually started caddying for him when I was very young, and he actually won the won a competition for me. And then I kind of with me on the bag. So then I kind of just picked it up from
So you were
there.
like his good luck charm, so.
Yeah.
And so what is it about golf then that kind of stuck with you and kind of like, made you pursue it more than other sports?
I think it was just kind of the competitiveness of it, like, and I just really like loved it. Like when I started playing, I was like, I could see, I like me playing, and there was always golf on the TV, and I was kind of surrounded with it a little bit. So, I just loved it all the time, and I just loved it way more than other sports. Like I played camogie and I did Irish dancing, but I always chose golf when it came to choosing.
And talk to me about some of the big tournaments you've participated in so far.
Well, over the years, I went small when I was younger. Like I only played in girls' tournaments, and then when I got older, I kind of progressed into bigger ones. And last year, I won the Irish Ladies Championship, and then I played in for Great Britain and Ireland, and I've played for Ireland as well. And then this year, I'm playing in a lot more bigger tournaments. Like I played in the British Amateur Women's, and I'm going to go over and playing in the European Individual. So it's kind of I'm playing in a lot bigger tournaments this year. So that is just gaining way more experience before I head over to college.
And your dad is your caddy, yeah?
He is, yeah. He's a bit of my coach as well, but he kind of helps when for tournaments when my coach isn't there.
Yeah,
So.
it must be great though having your dad on your bag and kind of just calm you down in big situations.
Yeah, definitely, because he notices when I get a little bit panicky down the stretch and stuff, so he'd always be like, you're panicking, so just...
And you're a part of the Mardyke Emerging Talent Programme. How much of a benefit has that been to your game?
Oh, I would definitely wouldn't have won the things I've won without it. Like it's definitely, the personalised training has made me so much stronger, and like core strength to just be able to stay stable. Like they had really personalised it to what my weaknesses were to make sure that they were my strengths now, and it was all based on because they have a link to my coach Fred Toomey. And what Fred would say be like, okay, this is her problem, her swing, this is how it needs to be fixed. And Jeff Gomez here and Sarah Cunningham would come up with a program to be like, we'll fix that, and that's how you do it.
And to have the Mardyke Arena at your disposal as well must be fantastic.
Yeah, like you have access to everything, and it's just unbelievable.
Jeff, talk to me about Sarah and I suppose her talents and how she's improved over the last while with the Emerging Talent Programme.
Well, Sarah is she's very great. I mean, she's great to walk with. I didn't know you did Irish dancing.
Yeah.
You've kept that away from me.
Yeah.
She really went from strength to strength. I mean, the last time we were here, I think we were celebrating Sean for the Youth Olympics. And was it Chris for European Championship? But with Sarah, I mean, last year she has an unbelievable year. Irish woman champion of the class and Irish woman, is it a golf golfer of the year? Yeah, so she's a very, very dedicated athlete. She really trained non-stop. She's always a pleasure to train with. She's going from strength to strength. She got a scholarship to the States. So in a year time, she'll be going to Miami U. No, she's a fantastic athlete to work with.
Yeah, and Sarah, talk to me about like scholarship, like studying in America. I mean, like how big a thrill is that?
Yeah, like it was always a dream for me. Like kind of like when my age now, like if on the golfing circuit, if you don't go to America, it's kind of like it's kind of a bit weird. But a few years ago, it was kind of like you were going to America, and they were like, oh, that's a bit weird. Like so, it's definitely switched. But like. It was always a dream for me, like to go over, because we used to always go over to Florida for holidays, like every year. So it's kind of when I went and visited University of Miami, it was just kind of like home from home. Really, It was just I got the feeling that like when I visited there, I just got the feeling like wow, like this is the place for me. I think like being able to study and play on the golf team there, because like college golf over there is just massive. So like I'll be able to play golf tournaments like all the time and be able to study is just really a dream, really.
How have you find combining studies with your I suppose your golf at the moment?
It was a little bit easier last year because I was in TY fourth year, so like I didn't really go to school, like that was fine. And then but I've just done fifth year in Bruce College, so that was very intense, but it definitely suited me down to the ground. Like they really just were like, get this work done and you'll be fine. So we have I think there'll be a little bit of pressure coming off me now for going into sixth year, because I have the courses done in most subjects. So I think it was just kind of like I got my schoolwork done. Like I kind of concentrated on that for a little while. Definitely from kind of September to Christmas, I worked a lot on school, and I was like, I'll just take a little bit break from golf. But then after Christmas, I kind of switched a little bit. Like I still worked at a good bit at school, but I think it was just kind of like I did school, I did the gym, and then I did either golf in the evenings, or else I just did all golf on the weekends.
Cork golf is on a bit of a high. I suppose that James Sugar winning the amateur yesterday,
yeah,
that
definitely.
must be huge, isn't it?
Yeah, that's massive. Like that tournament is like massive. Like I played in the women's version, and like it's just unbelievable. It's just when you go there, you just go like wow. So for him to have that win, I think it would just boost Cork golf. Like I think that's just unbelievable.
Jeff, talk to me about Sarah's potential and how far she can go in the sport.
Well, did you do an article on the Irish Time? When was it? Was it like 6 months ago?
Yeah.
I think they asked her that question, and with her, not because you're here, but I think the sky is the limit. She definitely has the potential to turn pro. I think the time in the States will dictate a lot of what she's going to be able to do, how she's going to be able to manage everything. On top of that, now she's traveling a lot. Was 2 weeks ago in Germany. Last week here, she has a flight at 11 o'clock for Spain. so she's quite busy, but she already has the lifestyle of a pro athlete. Train, a little bit of study on the side, and a lot of traveling. So really with her, the sky is the limit. Absolutely.
Sarah, what's your target? Where would you like to be in 12 months' time, 5 years' time?
I think 12 years time, 12 months time, I'll be. I think I'll be trying to just make myself sure that I'm ready for going off to America. I think that's kind of like my main thing, is just making sure like my golf game, because when we go over there, like competition is basically straight in. So I think that's kind of the biggest thing, to make sure that I'm fit and ready to go over there. And then 5 years to be finished. That would be kind of at the end of my college, and it just depends on my golf is. Like because in the tournaments you're playing with the best golfers there and over in America. So I think like you'll be playing with them if they were on the pro circuit. So like it just depends. Like if you're shining over there, you're more than likely going to make pro, but if I'm not, then I'll just come home and I'll have a good amateur career. So it just really depends.
Alright, Sarah, we wish you the very best of luck in your career. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Thanks very much for coming into Cork RedFM this morning.
Perfect, thank you so much.